Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's Manitoba Hal. It's another Tuesday video. Today, we're going to make this lovely 3-string hobo fiddle. This is a project you can do in an afternoon. I did it in just 4 hours. It's a pine neck, 3-strip tuners, a Cuban cigar box. Total cost on this was probably about $15 worth of stuff. The cigar box cost me $5 at a tobacconist. This is a section of 1x2 pine, so that's about the cheapest wood you can get. You could probably use a hardwood like a maple or an oak, be a little nicer to finish. These are not fretted, this is just wood burned in, so that's my wood burner. And the strings were the most expensive part, probably costing about $7 or $8 for the set. So realistically, this is a project you can do in an afternoon for some fun. This is not high craft artwork. You probably noticed I've been into cigar box guitars lately. I have been. It's a passion of mine. It's something I now build as a thing. This particular one, by the way, is number 23 under the Made by Hal banner. And if you're interested, at the end of this video, I'm going to put this up on my website for sale. I haven't really determined a price, but being as how I told you what the cost of the materials are, I'm thinking $50 in shipping. What do you think? Anyway. So, with all further ado, here is the build. So these marked areas here, I have to notch out with a whole bunch of tiny cuts, and then I'm going to chisel them out. The same here, this is the headstock, and this is where the box would go on my rough blank neck. This is a 1x2 of pine. I don't think I said that earlier on. Simple, cheap wood that you can get. This is Nova Scotia pine, Nova Scotia white pine, I think, I don't know. But it's pretty straight, and it'll hold up well. And nobody knows Atlanta like I do. Nobody knows Atlanta like I do. And the reason I know it, travel through and through. Now if you got a good woman, here's a lesson I'll give you. If you got a good woman, here's a lesson I'll give you. Now that we've got our neck notched so that our box can sit there, our box lid, it's time to cut the slots in the side of the box. So what we're going to do, because this is a critical measurement. That's what it is. What we're going to do is we're going to measure along here. We're going to see that this is 7.5. So I need to have 3 3/4 to the middle, right? Take my square, I'm going to run a line down here, and I've got 3/4 of an inch is my height here to the top. So that's what I want to cut down, 3/4 of an inch. And this dimension is 1.5 inches. So if I'm going to put that on there, I need to have 3/4 of an inch on either side as well. So one way to make this easier is to drill a series of small holes along the bottom. Then, with my small fretting saw, I can just cut down along that line. And I always do a little follow-up where I take something that I know to be straight. This is an old piece of fretboard material. And I lay it along the line and I cut using it to keep my saw straight. And once I've got those lines cut, just takes a little bit of effort with the chisel to knock that out. With a file. And just check. It goes in nice and tight. It's a tight fit. That's good. Now we just do the same thing on this side. Perfect. Okay, I want to put in a couple of support blocks right under here because that's going to hold up the neck as it rests in the box. And then the lid will be mounted down to here. And that'll keep it all closed and functioning. So these are 1 inch. You can't see because I got my rule here. These are 1 inch depth, so I got to cut a couple of 1 inch pieces. So in order to support the neck, I needed a couple of little blocks. I'm going to glue in right here, right on those plates. That's 1 inch blocks, and they're just to support the neck as it's there. So I'm going to drop those in with some clamps and some glue, and then we'll move on. Down Louisiana, close to New Orleans, back among the woods. While that box is gluing up, we have the squared off neck to round over and the headstock to install the tuners. We want to get rid of these tool marks a little bit too. I'm going to work a little bit more on it, but I'm not too worried about perfection there. It's still pretty smooth. Down Louisiana, close to New Orleans, back among the woods and through the evergreens, stood a log cabin of earth and wood that lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good. He never ever learned to read or write too well. He played guitar like he was ringing bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. It's going to go on this way. Go, 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 go. So I want to measure out. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. About like that on the neck. Johnny be good. Carry his guitar in a gunny sack, sipping neath the shade of a railway track, and the engineer would see him sitting in that shade, playing to the rhythm that the drivers made. Maybe the people walk by, man, they'd say, my, but that little country boy can play. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go, go. There we go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Let's round off the end here. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny be good. Alright, so what do we mark these here? That's going to be Mama told me someday he'd be a man. So I need to grow up and be the leader of a big old band. And many people coming from miles around just to hear who played that ukulele when the sun went down. Maybe someday his name would be in lights. Johnny be good tonight. And I say go. I think that's the one right there. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. 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 Johnny be good. Marking off all the fret positions because I'm going to take my handy wood burner and I'm going to burn them all in. So when you're going to do a cut like cutting along these lines, you want to use your square, line it up so that you've got a perfectly good line. And then you just score the line. That'll give my wood burner something to hang on to. There we are. So this is pine. This is a pretty soft wood. In order to protect it a little, I need to put some finish on there. So I'm going to coat this whole thing with tung oil. And I'm mainly going to concentrate on the areas where my hands are going to be back here. So here we go. This is standard tung oil. This is circa 1850. I didn't know anything about it when I bought it. Circa 1850. I just bought something that said tung oil. I like it. I'm going to buy it again because I'm enjoying it. I just soak a little into a rag. And then you just start rubbing her down. I find with these little guitar necks, cigar box guitar necks, the end of a rag is enough. By the time I've coated the whole thing, I've barely used any. And I've had this bottle here for about 3 years of tung oil. Now we go away for a couple hours and, well, the bottle says like literally as much as 24, but I find that this dries within a couple hours. It's dry and you can smooth it out and do a second coat. Again, a lot to do with how little oil is really going on as opposed to something like a big table where you're laying down a big sheet of it. So we'll come back in a little bit and we'll smooth her down. All right, so here we are. Just do a little steel wool action on it. There we go. Nicely mounted. There we go. All we've got to do now is seal the top, our bridge, our nut. We're going to take this, put a little crazy glue here in that slot. Just before you do that, I want to double check that. That should be perfect. If it isn't, well, I can always come back later and bang this out. And this is just a galvanized nail. You could use fret wire. If you're going to be fretting, I would suggest a heavy gauge fret for a 0 nut, but that'll work real well. Just leave that alone for a while. So we're almost ready to string this baby up. Now the last decision we need to make about this is whether we're going to use nylon strings or steel. I'm going to use nylon on this because this is kind of a hobo fiddle. So I'm going to use the top 3 strings from a ukulele set. So leaving out the high G or the low G, depending on how you want to look at it. And I'm going to tune it C, E, G, pardon me, C, E, A. just like you would a ukulele, because normally GCEA, I would CEA, and that means all of my ukulele chords without that fourth string will work. And nobody knows Atlanta like I do. Nobody knows Atlanta like I do. And the reason I know it, travel through and through. Now if you gotta go home and here's a lesson I'll give you. Hobo fiddle, an easy project you can do for yourself for some fun. And who knows? Maybe you'll make something you can really enjoy. Now, there's a couple things just to tell you. I used nylon string on this. I could have used steel. In fact, if I'd used steel, I could probably play slide on it a little better than I could with this and go with the GDG open tuning, which is what's really popular. Or in this case, I might do CGC. Still might try that. When you have a fretless instrument like that, you don't put your fingers behind the frets like you do on a regular. You put your fingers right on the frets. So you have to get used to some new spacing like that. But I just want to show you, the action's really low on this, right? I mean, as a fretless instrument, this is very, very playable, and I think you'll have some fun with it. I'll see you next week. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a little bit of fun putting something together like this. A couple things I wanted to let you know. As you can tell, you guys, my patrons especially, I have been crazy busy this summer, and as a result I've fallen off my schedule a little bit. I'm going to work hard to get back on track. But part of that is that I have a brand new CD coming out. I've been in the studio recording with Maritimes Music, which is a new little boutique label here in the east coast of Canada, and we're recording a bunch of my material on Cigar box guitar. So another reason I'm doing more with guitars and that there's some good old-fashioned ukulele on there, but there's a lot of 3- and 4-string cigar box guitar as well, and it's pretty cool. I gotta tell you, we had a percussionist in who played on an old tea kettle, a plastic bucket, and a suitcase, so it gives you a sense of what kind of project we're doing. Anyway, listen, look out for me. I'm in the UK in August. I'm taking off here August 1st. I'm going to be up in Parbold for the Parbolele, and then I'm going down to Colwyn Bay for the Uka Bay. In between, I'm visiting the World of Ukes in Carlisle and the Liverpool Ukulele Club. Then I head down to Worcester, and I finish out in the Quirky Chapel in Shropshire with Gabriella LaFoley. It's going to be an exciting tour in the UK. A really short one for me, but that's okay. I'm going to have some new books with me, some new CDs, and I have some brand new stickers. That's right. Yeah, I got brand new Manitoba House stickers. That's my famous Radiosonic double neck uke with some wings on it. I'm going to have these with me on the UK on tour. I haven't decided if I'm going to make them available online yet, so sorry to all you YouTubers who want to get one. You have to maybe come and see me play live. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week with another Ukulele at the Crossroads. And in the meantime, have yourselves a great summer, and I'll see you on the road.